to be great. You got to work at it, right?
What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. This is the True Blue Aftermath. You already know what it is, man. Look, disappointing game once again. This New York Giant team came out absolutely after what we saw, the offensive explosion in which we saw a week ago. Just reverted right back to same old bullshit. Once again, here we go again. A team that looked like we were just lost offensively all night, unable to make any adjustments to just figure anything out. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what irritates me about our coaching staff and the coaches and everything going on with this team, the leaders of this football team, because look, I will take my hat off to the Kansas City Chiefs. They had a great game plan out there. They laid it out there. They made it their point to take Malik Neighbors completely out of the game. And yet, not only was no one else really truly able to step up and answer the call, as far as from a receiver standpoint, because I'll get to there's somebody else I'm gonna get to that I do want to speak about in a minute, but not only was none of the other receivers able to just answer the call, step up. The coaching, I feel like this coaching staff as a whole wasn't able to. How are you not able to figure out a way to get your superstar involved? The great coaches, the great minds, they find a way to get their guys involved. Look, prime example was a week ago. We played for 3 quarters of that football game against the Cowboys. The New York Giants played CeeDee Lamb pretty fucking tough defensively. Played them pretty tough. But when it came down to it, they figured out a way to get their guy involved. And in the fourth quarter, in the overtime, he woke up and ended up slaying our asses. Even earlier today, when we watched the Eagles game, the Eagles and the Rams, they looked in the first half. The Rams dominated that first half of that football game. But when it came down to it and it was time for guys to step up, that's what they did. You figure it out. You figure out a way to get your best players involved. You got to think of creative ways to get that ball in Malik Neighbors' hands. You just can't. 2 catches. Malik Neighbors is not a 2-catch guy. Sorry. It's not what he is. That's not acceptable. You got to figure out a way to get the ball into your best player's hands. I mean, I don't know. Late in the game, we had a Jalen Hyatt sighting. Obviously, I don't know. Feel like that's the first time I've seen him on the field the whole season. Still didn't amount to anything, obviously. Feel like he's the one that went out there and ran that wrong route, and that's what bustled through that pass to nowhere. This offense. Defensively, man, look, I wouldn't necessarily say it was great, but it was overall solid. Feel like you did enough, made some plays. I mean, you really was, for the most part, especially earlier on, you were containing, in the first half, especially in particular, containing this defense, that offense, holding them to field goals, keeping the Giants in it. I'm not going to complain about the Zebras. You know, I'm not even going to complain about it. You know, at the end of the day, bad calls get made. It is what it is. I mean, you get bad calls. That's the way of the world. That's the league we in right now. That's the league we watch, the NFL, man. Referees make bad calls. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick and complain and make it seem like any of them would have been game-changing bad calls based off of the final score is. They weren't. I mean, it just is what it is. The few bad calls that I can think of in this game, they weren't going to change the outcome. So it doesn't. It's not even relevant. But I tell you, one thing the league needs to watch. They talk about the tush push and watching the Eagles on the tush push and watching or just watching the offensive alignments and the false starts on the tush push. They need to watch Kansas City Chiefs offensive tackle getting about his stance a little early. A lot. A lot. About two or three times a night that I noticed tonight. Out of his stance early. No flags to be found. Just saying, need to keep an eye on that. But I noticed it last year too, actually. Just throwing it out there. Something that guy's been getting away with. But there is somebody I do want to talk about. I'm not going to just sit there and harp on all the negative. I'm going to talk about the one positive thing I can get from this game tonight. Cam Scatterbill is a player. Yeah, that young man's a player. Feel like this New York Giants, they could be on to something with a young nucleus of players that they got. Some of these guys, man, I know uh, Drew Phillips got picked on a little bit tonight. You know, tough night for him a little bit, but I still believe in the talent that he has on defense. I like the way he plays the game. I like how his aggressiveness. You know, some nights it's going to be rough nights, man. It is what it is. But I think the New York Giants are. I can't say they feel. I look like this team has some good, solid young pieces, man, and it's just kind of filling up this roster with some more of the right guys. And I'm all right with. I think they being you start finally heading in a better direction. What's going on? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. What's up, bro? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not with the whole team got to go, man. I just wish. I think the coaching staff needs to go, bro. I think that's what needs to go. What's up, bro? Yeah, I think the coaching staff needs to go, man. It's just to me frustrating to me. I feel like I watch a lot of football. I watch football day to day, man. And I watch coaches adjust to what's going on in the game flow, man. And say, hey, the thing with the kicker, I don't understand this situation, man. I don't think Graham Gano got hurt today in pregame warmups. I'm pretty sure he once again came into this night and you kind of knew the status of him, and you once again just came in unprepared. And it's frustrating. That's why I said these coaches, I don't understand what they're doing a lot of the time, man. There's no adjusting to anything. You just getting burned with the same stuff. And you just keep doing the same thing, thinking you're going to get different results. Yeah, he's having a tough year, man. I don't know what's going on with that guy, man. He's having a tough year. He's not kicking the ball well at all. I I, I can agree. Like I said, the staff, they can all go. They can all of those guys can go. I think I've had enough of watching all of them because to me this doesn't make sense. This was a winnable football game once again that we just let slip through our fingers with just the same old silly mistakes. Same old silly mistakes. That's what this team does, man. And it's just crazy. Hey, all of them, man. Every single one of them. Get up out of here, man. Because I almost wasn't going. I thought I wasn't going. Originally, wasn't even going to be able to do this tonight because I originally was supposed to be at work later, but I got off a little early. Got off earlier than I was originally expecting to, and I was able to act. And I'm like, this is what I had to. This is here. This is what they give me to talk about. Look, at this point, I'm at the point of You sliding them in there just to what? Take the snap and turn around and hand the ball off? Like, come on, man, forget about it, man. That shit, it's pretty silly if you ask me. I mean, either you're gonna play them or you're not at this point. So it's like I don't know because I'm not really for the roller coaster ride. If that's what it's gonna be. I can't have the ups down every other week. We're gonna play offense every other week. So what we expect a big offensive game again next week? What's to be expected? I don't know. Maybe not because we're still at MetLife and we seem to not be able to do anything, get anything done at MetLife anyway. So I don't know. I just don't know anymore with this team, man. They show you a little something a week, one week, give you a little something that maybe think you get a little excited about. And then they come back out here and it's just the same old story, man. Offense that just looks lost. Talk about Marcus Bell a little bit. Andrew Thomas obviously was here, got to start tonight. And, he had a couple rough plays, but he was pretty solid. He's Andrew Thomas. One of the best tackles in the business when he's healthy on the field. And he pretty much kind of demonstrated that tonight, but he was on a pitch count. So once he got to his snaps, his snap count, Marcus Bowe came in and finished the game up. Right, Marcus Bowe. I mean, look, last week, we were all kind of slobbing over you a bit. You had the big day against the Cowboys. You looked really good, 5th round draft pick. And you came out this week, and guess what? It wasn't nearly the performance you had against the Cowboys. I would say that right from the door. It was a rougher night. You had a little tougher night, young man. But at the same time, still wasn't disastrous. A couple pressures you gave up for sure. And Karlaftis got at least definitely kind of got around you for the 1 sack, I believe. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a disastrous night. Once again, for a 5th round draft pick, that young man still overall still played pretty solid against this time a formidable front, formidable edge rushers. And it was still solid. I mean, like I said, it wasn't as good as it was a week ago. I definitely can admit that. But at the end of the day, I still think we got something in him, and I think he's one of our 5 best. And I feel like I want to see an offensive line that has him and Andrew Thomas both on it. That's where I'm pretty much going with this. Illuminor, you can keep Illuminor out there. I'm not really mad nothing I see from Illuminor either. He's definitely doing his thing out there at right tackle. It's that interior, man, that still bothers me. It wasn't terrible tonight like it has been, but at the end of the day, I would like to see. I like to see an offensive line New York Giant O-line that includes Andrew Thomas and Bo. I think you need to figure out a way to get these guys both on the field at the same time. Indiana Jones out here thriving. Yeah, he is, man. Shout out to Daniel Jones. I'll give it to him, man. I ain't got no ill will towards Daniel Jones. Couldn't get it done here, and it wasn't going to happen here. But if he can turn his career around, then I'm happy for that kid. This team ain't been right since Mara booted Tom Coughlin. You got that right. This team definitely ain't been right since then. Ain't been nowhere near right. I mean, it was a couple rough years. The last couple years with Coughlin was pretty rough, but it was still competent. It was rough but competent. It's been incompetent since Tom Coughlin's been gone. Shout out to AT. Evan Neal, too. What's going on to R? What's going on, Daniel? Thanks for popping in, Daniel. Giants are not good. You're correct about that, Daniel. The New York Giants are not good. But once again, let's get back to Cam Scatterboo again a little bit too, man. Once again, like I said, asserting himself. Once again, Tyrell Tracy going down early in this game with some kind of injury. I forgot what it was at this point, but he never returned. So Cam Scatterboo pretty much and Singletary handled the running duties the rest of the way. But Cam Scatterboo led the way, 10 carries, 60 yards, a couple of nice runs in there. And also, Cam Scatterwood was also our leading receiver tonight as well. 6 catches, 61 yards. Cam finding the end zone once again, 2 weeks in a row, getting in the end zone. So he definitely brings a different kind of energy to this offense, and it's a very positive one. A lot of people had a lot of mixed feelings about Cam Scatterbill. People felt like a lot of people, said a lot of things. But look, I think this kid has proven that he belongs in this league. He can play in this league, and he can still play. He can play at a high level in this league. Uh, so it's like the sky's the limit there, man. Continue to see positive things from him. Find out probably maybe a little bit about tomorrow. Have an official word on what's going on with Tyrone Tracy. But Paulson Adebo had a much better night this week. It's got to squeeze that ball, get them interceptions though. You know what I mean? You gotta catch them and reel them interceptions in there, bro. You gotta hang on to them. But overall, once again, another solid had a solid performance by him. Bobby Okereke leading the way in tackles once again. And Brian Burns once again getting another sack, adding another sack to his total. So at some point, maybe the New York Giants can turn something that can find a way to get a W. But it's been rough, man. But I don't know. This schedule is definitely not set up looking like one's coming, man. I mean, you say one about New Orleans, they got their ass kicked today, but that doesn't mean anything. New Orleans, bad team. We're a bad team. So, hard. Flip the coin. We'll see what happens when we get to that. Before we get to that, we're going to have them Chargers next week. 3-0 Chargers, 0-3 Giants. Just don't know what they expect anymore. Week to week, I guess, just have no idea what to expect from this football team. It's 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 just been rough being a New York Giants fan. What's going on, Alexander, man? Appreciate you popping in, bro. Kayvon Thibodeau overall tonight had a pretty solid night as well. So much worth mentioning. I suppose he was in the mix a lot of good pressures, being very disruptive. So shout out to Kayvon Thibodeau as well, putting together a solid performance. Mm. Anybody in the chat, if you're new to the channel, please, I would like hit that subscribe, hit the like on the stream. Appreciate it, man. Look, it's tough out here, man. It's 11:50. I'm tired, but I'm still up here doing my thing, man. Got to bring it to y'all. It's like I every week try to. Even when it's even under these circumstances, when my team is just playing the way they play, the god awful football that they play, I got to still come out here and talk about it a little bit, man. Try to get it out. Try to get it out my system. Work it out my system. This is my therapy. Yeah, Tibbs he's been solid, like you said, all season. Definitely agree. I agree. He's definitely been, you know, he's been very disruptive. Been back there. I mean, the whole like the guys like Abdul Carter, these guys have been disruptive. Not getting home as much as you would like. I'd like to see him get home a little bit more, but they've been disruptive, man. I mean, Dex was pretty disruptive tonight as well. It's just not quite getting there, unfortunately. To be honest, my Cowboys should be 0-3 by now, but we barely beat y'all last week. Yeah, but they did though. That's the thing is they got the job done, Alexander. They got the job done, and that's really all that mattered. It wasn't might not have been as pretty, but they got the job done, man. So now they sitting at what 1-2. They sitting at 1-2. They still one game better than us. So that's what it is. Mm-mm-mm. I'd probably say I don't know, man. Russell Wilson. It was I don't know, man. A couple of those interceptions just didn't have to happen. And it's like to me, what bothered me about him is that you're a veteran player in this league that just and you let that shit get to you to the point where you just throwing up bombs that just what it wasn't there. They those neither one of them was. I mean, neither one of them was there. Like, well, the second one you just straight underthrew that. That was a straight under. You just didn't have the arm to get it there. The second one, but that first one was just terrible too, man. It's like you just said, oh, hell with it. I'm gonna just throw it anyway, man. If it ain't there, it ain't there, man. Russ is cooked. He looked cooked tonight. He really looked cooked tonight. Talk about a complete 180 from a week ago. Yeah, that's what Russ was tonight. A complete 180, man. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty, man. He made some poor decisions. He made some poor throws, and you saw the result, man. Pressed the entire time. Yeah, I get it. Steve Spagnuolo's he's the defensive genius. I can get it. It can get frustrating, man, but can't let it get to you like that, man. You can't let it get to you to that point where you just start making those kind of choices and making those kind of bad decisions and putting it up there and putting the ball in harm's way like you did, man. That's not really acceptable, especially from a veteran guy like yourself. Tired of top 10 picks. What you mean by that, no Mets? This is just mm-mm-mm. So I don't know. I don't know about this team, man. I don't know. I mean, where's the win coming, guys? Are we going to beat New Orleans in a couple of weeks? We're going to beat the Chargers next week. I don't know. This is a wacky week of football, and I thought the New York Giants were going to cap this Sunday off with another wacky finish, but no, we couldn't get that done. All the craziness that happened earlier today, New York Giants couldn't add to the crazy. Thought for some reason I thought we were. I thought it was just going to be one of them kind of days. I mean, yeah, like I think four teams, maybe was it four or five teams put up 40 points today. All the blocked kicks, blocked field goals, and craziness, punt returns, and all. I mean, it was just a crazy day of football. Really was hoping that energy was going to get transferred here to the New York Giants, and we was going to have some craziness going on too. But no, no such luck. No such luck. The Chiefs didn't even play a great game. I mean, they did play a great game defensively. I'll give them, they played a great game defensively, but overall, just offensively, once again, overall, they have issues. They've got some issues. Seriously, we just can't take advantage of anything. We had opportunities in this game. We had opportunities. I'm just dumbfounded. Can't capitalize on anything. Like I said, and I put a lot of it on the coaching. I just do. It's I, I watch too much football, and I just see what other teams do, and I'm like, why can't we do any of that? Why can't we adjust to anything? Why can't we figure it out? Why can't the offense and the defense both play good in the same game? Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask for the offense and defense to both collectively play good in the same game? Why does it always have to be one or the other? Either the defense plays good and the offense plays like shit, or the offense plays like shit, offense plays good and defense plays like shit. Like, why can't it just be both? Why can't we just have good, nice things here in New York? Why can't we have nice things? Why can't we figure out the way to get the ball in number one's hand? No matter what kind of coverage they're rolling at us. You find a fucking way. Find a way. That's what great coaches do. You find a way to get the ball in your stars' hands. We fail. We fail at that every time, every game. We fail at that. Watch all our former players go everywhere else and look good. Anywhere else they go. You tell me that ain't got something to do with the damn coaches right here? It's got something to do with the damn coaching here in New York. If these same players that couldn't do a damn thing here can go elsewhere and ball out, then that's telling me there's something wrong with what's getting taught here in this building. Ridiculous. Week in and week out, you watch the same buffoonery. You wonder why I don't want to spend no money on this team no more right now. Because they ain't worth it. They're not worth the price of admission. They're not worth all my hard-earned money to go sit up in the stands and watch them. They ain't worth that shit. They ain't worth no few $100 for a ticket in the upper deck. They ain't worth that. They ain't worth me paying $60 to park my damn car in their parking lot. They not worth that. Figure something out, man. This team need to figure it out. We are the New York Football Giants. We should not be this bad for this long. No excuse. So let's be real right now. We 0-3. Likelihood that we beat the Chargers next week. Very low, very low. Not very likely. Obviously, anything can happen on any given Sunday, but let's face it, not very likely. Maybe we should win against New Orleans. Probably be the only game we're favored all season. Maybe. But that's still a toss-up. Bad team against bad team. You don't really know who's going to win that shit. It's just two bad teams playing. Eagles. Broncos. Eagles. Don't sound like wins to me. And I'm just keeping it real. It sucks to sit here and have to break it down and be that blunt about it, but I'm just keeping it real. Just don't know. Just don't know what it is anymore, man. But look, it's late. It's midnight. And I've had all I can stand, man. I'll probably be dropping a couple videos before I get away. I might try to drop a couple videos before I get out of town this weekend. This week. Get a little more off my chest, man. But once again, just speak on one more, just like I said, the positive, Scatterbo was the positive tonight. Still impressed with what I saw from Marcus Bowe, even though it wasn't quite as clean as it was a week ago. It was still a solid performance by that young man out there. It's a tough defensive front. And not really much else other positives, Abdul Carter, I think, was all over the place tonight. Very disruptive as well. Tibbs, Paulson Adebo had a solid game. But like I said, just the handling of the Graham Gano situation. This is twice now. Same thing that happened against Washington a season ago. Similar scenario, at least. Like I said, Graham Gano, I'm sure he did not just come here tonight, and all of a sudden he wasn't feeling right. So once again, this coaching staff just came in unprepared. Once again. And that's just what it is. This is an incompetent coaching staff. And I'm putting a lot of the Giants' struggles on them. Point blank and period. This is an incompetent group we have leading this football team. So make sure y'all go like, subscribe, ring that bell, man, for y'all boy Mac the Giants fan, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Make sure y'all like, subscribe once again. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants Fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants Fan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.